Okay, so I wanted to introduce you guys to Juicy Loops 2. It just sounds funny when you say it. Obviously, it's a takeoff of Fruity Loops, and the guy on Gumroad that made it has put some time and energy into this version of it, where I feel personally it was worth to buy it, so I bought it. You do need Max for Live, as far as I know, for this to work. Um, so if you're into FL Studio and you like that sequence portion of it, that's kind of what this is, with some bonus features. That is being able to do a lot of randomization here to create things. The max you can put on here is 2 bars. Um, so I don't use it often or if at all, because of the fact that it's very limited, and I could do this in the piano roll. But for those that are interested, it's still pretty cool. So there's a lot of randomization globally you can do. There's also a fill feature. So technically you could do 4 bars and use the fill as the second 2 bars. And of course you can make multiple instances of the same thing. Excuse me. So let's just get started. If you don't know what a step sequencer is, it's basically placing steps, to trigger the drum notes. So you'll see I have a drum rack down here. Here's C1, C2, or C1, I'm sorry, C sharp, 1, and so on and so forth. That's how Ableton does it. And those correspond to what you see right here where my mouse is, C1, C sharp 1. Okay, so that's how you set those. Now, this is how many steps you want, so you could set it at any length you want, which is kind of cool to come up with some interesting, unique patterns. I'm going to leave this at 32. This is my kick drum. And then you can set the division here of how you want it to be. So, and then below is the velocities. And then you have swing up here. It goes to 50%, but technically that's like 100. And this is like 25% would be like 50. So I'm just leaving it there. You can clear this area or even this area by using these two, or you can just randomly place however many steps. So this number here represents the steps, and this is 50%, meaning that you could do it 100%. If you do that, it's just gonna set it back at 100. Okay, and so, which is fine. I mean, you can clear all that out. So with it set just like this, and here's some steps I plugged in. This is the kick, this is the snare. I put the snare on the 2, 4, 2, 4, okay, of the bar. And then here's what it sounds like. Now you can play this in any direction. So forward, forward, then forward, or even a random where we'll pick. So let's just do random. Let you see what that looks like. It's just starting at random spots and picking and playing. So that tool alone right here makes it more than just 2 bars, because you don't know what you're going to get. And you could leave one steady, like you could leave your snare sitting where it's playing, and then just randomize the kicks or even the hats. So let's do some hats together. We're going to use the randomize feature here to create hats. So I'm just going to click in, and let's see what that just sounds like. And let's randomize the velocity. And let's do some random here. So it's going to play just random notes. Let's do forward and backwards. I'm gonna set it to forward, backwards. It's gonna play forward, and then it'll, when it gets here, it should play back. Yeah, see, it's going back now. So there you go. That's a way to create extra. Take this 2-bar and make it a 4-bar right there, just by using forward, backward. Random can extend it in many directions. This little velocity meter here shows you each time it hits. Okay. Now I'm going to show you where I think this plugin shines the best. We'll leave that one on forward, backwards. That's fine. Is these next pieces that I'm about to put in. Okay, so I have 3 more slots, and I have all these pieces, so I can't really plug them all in, unfortunately. But we can pick which ones we like. So we'll use that one. That's the set there. We'll use this one. That's set there. And we'll use these 3. We'll just leave them as they are. So here's where it gets interesting to me. You could take percussion and make some really unique percussion sounds just by using this. So I'm going to do this down to there. I'm going to change this from 32 to something that's not even is what I mean by that when I said not even. And then I'm going to take this one and do the same. Put it something like there. Okay. And then we're going to just randomly fill notes. There. All right. And then we're going to randomly select these down here. Hit it twice on that one. And we're just going to play around with these. With everything else that's set kind of where I want it, I'm just going to play and see what we come up with. So let's just do that for a little bit. Not bad. Turning off these. This is how you turn them off, is these little dots. If they're lit up like this, then they're on. Now let's also do let's go backwards, forwards. So it's gonna, I don't like that. I'm gonna go random on this one. Same here, random. Let's randomize all these. Now let's have something going forward. Now we'll go forward, backwards. Okay, so this is just one way. Of course, as you play with it more and more, you can do a ton of stuff. We could increase the swing all the way. Let's see what that sounds like. And then you have a feel. So you can set the feel. You can set the feel for whatever you want it to be. Or randomize the whole field so that you get something that's unique. Okay, so you can also nudge notes over here. I mean, when I say nudge them, it's like you're nudging them one step over. So if you want it off, so you can do that. And then there's also the MIDI clip, which I believe, if I'm not mistaken, you can just drag to the, or maybe they haven't added that feature yet. I thought it was there where you could just drag the MIDI clip over. I may have that wrong on that portion because I don't use it very much. Okay, well, but anyway, the point is that this is what it is. It's a sequencer built into here. Now, what I don't like about it is the limitations on 32. It doesn't mean you can't create within that, but I would prefer if they at least add 4 bars here, a minimum of 4 bars. I also notice when, let's say on, let's do the hi-hat. If I change to 32nd, then so let's solo. Let's see if we can. I don't know how you solo it out. So you have to adjust according to that. So let's do 8th. So if you change, this is what I don't get. If you change the, let's say you start in 16th and you change it to something else, it doesn't seem like it fits. So that's what confuses me there on that portion. Oh, let me show you this to clear out a section. So let's say you don't like what's here. You just hit this button and it clears it. You can start over maybe. You want smaller adjustments here, not drastic. I would say just use about 20-25%, somewhere around there. You can go, the less you go, obviously the less it's going to be changing. So maybe you don't want a lot. Same thing here, you don't want it to be that much. So this is cool for somebody that wants a that really wants to have a step sequencer in Ableton. For me, if I were to use it, it'd probably be just to create some random loops, particularly loops for percussion. So I'd probably fill 6 spaces with percussion and then just start creating some random stuff. But now with Ableton Live 12, there's so much you can already do with that to where this has become sort of an obsolete thing for me personally. It's not obsolete in the sense of you can't use it. It's just I don't really have a need for it because I can do most of this on MIDI channel. But I wanted to show it to you guys because I do own it and have it. And I think it's like $20 if I'm not mistaken. So for $20, if you really like that step sequencer workflow that looks like that, Fruity Loops type vibe, it's not bad. So anyway, that's it for this video. I just wanted to introduce you to that. And yeah, until the next video, I'm out.